We'll begin with some opening comments from Coach.
Obviously, disappointed from the outcome. I had a chance, obviously, in the fourth and go up late and didn't play real well on defense all night. But to be up in the fourth and have an opportunity to close it out, on that stage is something we'll all look back on and get better from. But I can't tell you how proud I am of this group. They never panic. They never flinch. They're led by special young men. Two of them are sitting up here. And, I can remember looking at them at halftime and just looking in their eyes, and they didn't panic. And we had been here before. And we just we didn't make enough plays when we needed to. From a coach's standpoint, we got to find a way to put them in better position late in the game and close it out. But super proud of this group. This is a group that created this legacy for this team and an expectation for this program that what I told them in the locker room, that we're pissed off in a semifinal game because we feel like we should have won the game because we didn't play our best and we didn't coach our best. And so I'm really proud of their effort and proud of the year they had.
We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. If you could raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you, and if you could provide your name and outlet. Thank you. We'll start here in the far back on the right.
Hey, Coach Golden, how you doing, man? Over here, Doc Holliday, WMC TV5 in Memphis, Tennessee. It seemed like it was obvious that Miami came out and they wanted to run the ball down you all throat. Just talk about how your team played and responded, because they finished with, I think, almost 30 more plays than you all, but you all still had a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, the effort piece of it has never been an issue all year. We knew they were going to come in and try to establish the run. We were Tony on the perimeter was a deep threat that we wanted to be able to try to contain. So some of that was by design, where we're at on the field, and kind of bend but don't break and kind of tighten it up towards the end. But I thought they were responding really well, at halftime. I thought it was a good third quarter. We just, in those games on third downs, critical third downs, you got to find a way to get off the field. And we didn't. But really proud of their effort. We could have done some better things from a coaching staff as well. So it's on all of us.
Go over here to the left, front row.
Yeah, Pete, about those third downs, Ben Garrett of the Ole Miss Spirit, those third downs specifically, what were they doing? I mean, 11 for 19, they just seemed you just couldn't get off the field. What was really the issue out there?
We would double 10 some and had some good stops, and then the scrambles were an issue. And then we spy, and obviously when you spy, we had some one-on-ones. Had a couple busts, and then some of the late ones were some third and shorts, that you got to do a better job on first and second down and, get some third and longs. But it was a lot of different things.
Next question. Stay here on the far left.
Also, offensively, the performance and how tough it was. I mean, defensively, you knew, Pete, that they're really talented, but with that front, the challenges they presented and how they made it challenging for Trinidad and them all day. What do you say about that group and how tough they made it for you?
I mean, they're very talented. The front six is really explosive. Not only can they get off the rock and they're elite pass rushers, but they're heavy-handed in the run game. And they do a really good job coaching them as well. So we knew it was going to be hard. I mean, guys, it's the semifinals. It's supposed to be hard, And when these games, you got to be at your best. You got to play at your best. You got to coach at your best. And if you don't deserve to win. I mean, it's the semifinals go to the national championship game. So I thought we had our opportunity by not playing our best game, and that's what we said at halftime. We haven't played our best up to this point. We've been here before. All right, let's go out here and let's spot the ball, and let's find a way to make it one possession in the fourth quarter and find a way to win the game. And our kids came back and did that and went up. And so hats off to them. We just got to find a way to close it. Got to do a better job coaching.
In the front row on the left.
Hey, Pete, Sam Hutchins with the Clarion Ledger. Kiwan obviously went out and came back in the second half. What can you say about the degree to maybe which he was playing through injury today and his toughness out there?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of them. I think it's this part of the season, and you get banged up and nicks and things like that. But he had a hamstring, that they were going back and forth, with for a while. And these kids, there's nobody in that locker room that's not going to fight through it. There's a difference between hurting and being injured, and a lot of them were hurting, and a lot of them went out of the game, but they found their way back in the game. And that's what you have to do this time of year. We said it from the very beginning. Other guys are going to have opportunities. All right, in big moments and big games, and you got to prepare and you got to be ready for that. And some guys stepped up and did a great job, and others we're going to watch the tape and we're going to say, hey, we got some development to do. But no, really proud of all their toughness. I've said that all year. It's a tough group. They've got competitive character. They love football. There's not anybody in that locker room that you're going to try to hold out of that game, you know. And so, no, really proud of the toughness and fight it.
Third row on the right.
Dalen Flowers, a Rebel. This is for TJ and Trinidad. TJ, you obviously came in 2023 and had a great run with the team, and you're leaving Ole Miss in a better place than you found it in Trinidad as well. I know it's been a long career and it's been a long season here at Ole Miss, but how does it feel personally to be able to experience this once in a lifetime moment? I know it hurts in the moment to not end up going to the national championship, but how does it feel to be able to experience this run with this team and with your teammates and your brothers?
For sure, definitely a blessing, man. Like you talk about, when I came here in 23, you could see the program moving in the right direction, and just wanted to be whatever I could do to help the program keep going in that direction. Man, the fans, the team, man, I love them all.
Yeah, God has been so good to me and this team. It's been a great ride. I wouldn't want to do it with any other, people, whether it's coaches, players, people in the offices, and it's just been a great ride, and hopefully I get to do it next year.
Far back on the left.
From 3TV, CBS 5 in Phoenix. TJ, looked like you were standing on the field for a little while after the game ended. For both you and for Trinidad, how do you describe what's going through your head after that clock hit zero those next couple of minutes?
Man, definitely disappointing feeling, especially going into the game and playing in the game and knowing you have the opportunities to, do what you need to do to win the game, and, not taking advantage of those opportunities. Probably the biggest thing of me sitting out there, thinking about the plays we could have made to help us be in a better position to win, for real.
For me, just thinking about, my brothers, people that have sacrificed so much to be in this position. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, whether it's film, weight room stuff, and, other things as well. And just this team has just sacrificed a lot, to get to this point. And this season's been bumpy, and there's been a lot of things going on, and, they just kept our focus. It's been just truly special.
Front row here on the left.
Cleveland, Mississippi today. Pete, is there anybody you would compare their offensive line to? I mean, they were getting a push that we hadn't seen very often.
No, yeah. I mean, we knew coming in it was going to be challenging up front, and so some of those you got to decide kind of how you're going to attack them, and are you going to go all out and create some isolations outside that can create some explosives? I think looking back at it, that's not what lost us the game. I think the two explosive plays lost us the game. So we can talk about the push and all that. Does it affect the game? Yeah, but the two explosive plays is a scramble for the touchdown, and then a screen is thrown behind the line for a 40-yard touchdown. So we knew they're a good football team. They're very big up front. They're well coached up front. They got a big back, and we knew we were going to have a little bit of trouble with that, and we're going to have to take our chances at times to try to create some negative yardage plays to get off the field. And versus teams like that are going to commit to that, you got to take the football away some. So we had a big pick down there. They missed a field goal. Certain things like that, and that's part of those games. But we're going to watch the tape, and we're going to go back and be like, we got to get better at striking blocks and getting off blocks and fitting runs and leveraging the ball. And there's a lot of things within the game that we've got to improve in the off season for sure.
Front row center.
Yeah, Caleb Saylor, Super Talk Mississippi here. Trinidad, you were being consoled after the game by the fans. Not that specific question, but this fan base and the support it's had for you and this team. And I guess, TJ, you could speak on this too. How much has it meant to you to see Rebel Nation travel to New Orleans in droves and then all the way out to Arizona in droves?
It's truly special to see, how dedicated Ole Miss fans are and how, special the Oxford community is. They're in it together. We're all in it together. We wouldn't be here without them as well. Their support, just everything they've done for, Rebel Nation, and, our team, just values that. And it's just, Oxford's just special. I can't say that enough, and I'm just truly grateful, and I just got to give thanks to God.
Did you want to answer that?
I will, yeah. Just to attest to the fans and Rebel Nation, man, them traveling, man, they deserve the opportunity to travel, man. And, man, I give the fans my all. I love them, and God bless them.
Front row here on the left.
Michael Katz, Daily Journal. Pete, I know you didn't really start working with Trinidad specifically until the coaching transition, but just what has he meant to you over these last few weeks?
Well, I mean, I've had a soft spot in my heart for him since he got here because he's a D2 boy. And, you know, I said from the very beginning, for a guy like that to come with 1 year, you know, into the SEC, you know, with an offense that was already in place, you know, with a guy that had already signed to be the franchise guy, you know, it just showed his confidence in himself. And, you know, I said a lot of this, you know, to a lot of different people. When he first got here, you didn't even hear him. You just saw him. And you saw him with his head down, working his ass off, right? And then you started seeing people start gravitating to him, and they wanted to be around him because he works his butt off, and he was a good teammate. And he, you know, I mean, he celebrated with Austin in scrimmages when he threw good balls. I mean, it was just, you wanted to be around him because of who he was. And then, you know, in fall camp, you know, the one defense goes against the two offense when he's running with the twos, and sure, we couldn't stop his ass. So I knew if something was going to happen to Austin, then we were in pretty good hands. But no, it's just awesome, you know, to see good things happen to good people. And for him to take a chance to come here with a guy in place and for it to work out the way it did for him, I couldn't be happier. And, you know, he's kind of set a precedent here within 1 year. It's going to be pretty hard to match.
So fourth row here on the left.
Daniela Oropeza with WTVA, and my question was very similar to Super Talks, but Coach, from your point of view, what is it like seeing your fans from outside of Vaught Hemingway when the buses left to the Tupelo Regional Airport, seeing fans line up, and then here seeing them dominate over the Miami fans? What is that impact like from your point of view?
No, I'm so excited for our players to be able to see that and come out to it. And, you know, a lot of these fans have invested a lot, you know, in a lot of different ways over a lot of years, and they deserve this. Now, they deserve a better outcome, but they deserve these opportunities, and they deserve for these opportunities to be on a consistent basis. And that's the expectation that our Chancellor and Keith has set for us. And when they give you all the things that you need and you need to go recruit good players, and you got to perform well. And hopefully these opportunities will continue. But, I mean, it means the world to our players and to our staff that your hard work is recognized and appreciated.
Third row on the right.
Dalen Flowers, Rebel Walk. Trinidad, I noticed Keywan came and embraced you after the game, and you ended up walking off the field with him. What has he meant to you this season, and what kind of relationship have you two grown in terms of the brothers?
Yeah, that's my brother, you know, for life. You know, he's special as well. He's a great human being. He's a great player as well, but he's just a special person. You know, people love being around him. He's just a great guy to be around, and just for us to have the season that we had, it's just, you know, unbelievable. And, you know, we can't do it without TJ or anyone else, and the offensive line and PG and just everyone involved. I mean, to see Keywan do what he does is just special, and, I mean, he's probably the best running back I've ever played with.
Second row center.
Bill Taylor, hotitoddy.com. TJ Trinidad, has this wonderfully successful season taught you anything about yourselves that you didn't know before?
Man, I wouldn't say it taught me anything I didn't know about myself, but brought a lot of things to light for myself and for my team, and just how hardwired we are and being able to face adversity through everything and focus on what we want to do and keep the main thing.
I would say with having faith and just having a great support staff around you and people who truly care for you and want the best thing for you, you know, is you can do whatever, and you can, you know, achieve things that you wouldn't even think that you could achieve. And this year has taught me that, and I've just learned a lot, and I've created a lot of good relationships and connections, you know, throughout the season, and I'm truly grateful for that.
Second row left.
Hey, TJ, Jose Romero, Arizona Republic, man. Your defense was on the field for a long time in this game, and I mean, as a defense, and you're out there, what are you seeing, just trying to keep the guys' spirits going, trying to keep things going and get off the field?
Yeah, definitely. Being able to try to just keep them poised, man. Like I said, I feel like we had a lot of opportunities to get off the field on third downs and hold them to longer, shorter yardages on base downs, man, and just continue to keep them poised even when we did give up penalties or missed tackles, and extend drives, man, and keep their composure.
First row left.
Sam Hutchins, Clarion Ledger, for you, Pete. Those last 18 seconds were wild when you guys ended up getting in position for a Hail Mary, just a little house cleaning. Were you one of the guys wanting a PI on that last Hail Mary?
I mean, those situations are tough to call them. I mean, those situations, but I mean, yeah, there was contact, but I mean, it happens a lot. You know, that's not why we lost the game, but you know, we just had a lot of opportunities late. But I mean, I think it shows you the resiliency of the team. You know, I mean, they didn't care. Was it 18-15? They're going to go out there and give it all they got, and you know, looks like you ran out of time, but we didn't execute well enough, didn't prepare well enough, and we didn't coach good enough.
Any more questions? Over here on the first row, far left.
Chris Lowe with On 3. Pete, you know a lot about this team, obviously what they've done this last month, but as you think to get where they were to where they are now, what do you think you'll remember the most about your football team?
You know, to be honest with you, I mean, I think I just remember how they embraced each other. I mean, there was a lot over the last month or so, or however long it's been now, to where, you know, somebody could have not been a good dude. Somebody could have not worked hard. Somebody could have not showed up on time. And, like, I can't recall one issue. And that's just based on who these guys are. And I think, you know, they took the team, you know, when all this occurred, and guys like these two guys showed up every day and went to work and made sure the people around them went to work. But to me, it's the smiles, man. It's the memories. You know, it's the laughs. It's the time with those guys and see the camaraderie, you know, that they grew together. I mean, they're going to be talking about this for a long time, all right? And some of it's going to be, you know, what could have happened and all those type of things. But they've made memories this year in that locker room that will last a lifetime. And for a lot of this group coming back, there's going to be a little chip on their shoulder. But also the guys that are leaving, I mean, this is a legacy of a team that's going to be celebrated for a while, you know, and is going to have to come back at some point and have reunions and stuff like that as far as getting together. So we appreciate, you know, the senior class and what they've done for the legacy in this team and making it an expectation. And I think the underclassmen are going to want to go to work pretty quick because they're going to be pretty hungry.
This will conclude our Ole Miss press conference. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.